We are now recording. Go ahead.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. This is our board candidate forum where we will be having the people who are up for election on our board give just a couple minute, talk about who they are and why they should serve in that leadership role on our board of directors. We have two different types of candidates this year. We have some board candidates who have been on the board for the last 3 years that are up for re-election, and they're able to be re-elected for another 3-year term. And then we have 4 individuals who are up for new election. Some of them may have served on our board before and some of them may not have. Actually, there's 5. Sorry, we have 4 seats. There's 5 people up for those new seats. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. And we're just gonna randomly do this so that there's no real order to this. We're just gonna randomly select people from the folks that showed up on the screen, and in order for me to keep it organized. So without further ado, we will start with Sarah Trites, if you're ready to go.
I'm here, Monique.
Can you unmute yourself, Sarah?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Hello. I am Sarah Trites, and I'm from Sabattis. I have been involved with advocacy, self-advocacy for years. I started in New Hampshire. I was involved with People First of New Hampshire and with the Alliance for Value-Based Training in New Hampshire, and also Granite State Independent Living Foundation. And I really love doing that stuff. When I moved to Maine, I wanted to continue my self-advocacy, and before getting into the DD Council, I went through the social role valorization training, which is actually normalization training started by a man named Wolfenberger. Through the DD Council, I got involved with the SUFU, and I got on the board. Some of my interests, my main interests are advocacy and education. I hope my skill set and my experiences can be an asset to the board. Thank you so much for your considering consider him a nomination.
Great, thank you, Sarah.
Yes, you're welcome.
Just wondering if there are any questions for Sarah.
Anybody?
Okay, great. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, you're welcome.
Next, we're going to move over to Mike Neely.
Hi, my name is Mike Neely. I'm was originally from Massachusetts down in Beverly. I've been self-advocating for myself almost all my life. Have had to self-advocacy with 3 different organizations down there for help getting services within special needs almost all through school. And I think I would have a lot of experience and knowledge to help being on the board. I want to thank that's pretty much it, really.
Great, thanks, Mike. Does anybody have any questions for Mike? Regina?
Mike, are you in the Houghton chapter?
Yes, I'm currently the chair of the Houghton chapter. Yes.
Houghton is where I went to high school. So, I'm glad you're from my hometown. I have been hearing so much from it, but I don't know what to think anymore. So, let's say you're in the Houghton chapter. I'm glad everybody is.
I'm having trouble hearing the question.
Oh, sorry. I'm on my new camera on my desktop.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just glad you're living in the hometown where I went to high school. That's all.
Yeah, no, I grew up down in Beverly. I grew up down in Massachusetts, so I had a lot of experience. I had to do a lot of self-advocacy before it was really known because one of my family members was sick. One of my parents was sick, so I had to do a lot of the stuff, you know. It was just the way it went, you know. If I needed services or something like that, it was just something that kind of fell into place, and I've been doing it ever since I moved up here. So, and I've dealt with DMR down there, Mass Rehab, several organizations, you know. So it hasn't been an easy road, but it's helped me, and I think all that experience could help me being on the board.
Great, thanks, Mike. Are there other questions for Mike? Eric? You're muted, Eric. There you go.
Yeah, my question for you, Mike, is about the on the board, the time commitment. Would you be willing to follow through on time commitments?
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm pretty much free almost all the time, and you know, I want to do this, and I definitely think it's something that I could be of help. Yes. I mean, I only have workers in the mornings, but my afternoons are free, and oh yes.
Great. Are there other questions for Mike? Great. Thanks, Mike.
No problem. Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to Nicholas Smith. Nicholas, you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me? Okay, my name is Nicholas Smith. I originally am from Otisfield, Maine. I now live in South Portland, Maine. I feel I would be good for the chapter because I'm great at advocating, and I'm a good speaker.
and I just feel I'd be good for it. So yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Nicholas?
I do.
What are we talking about? So I'm on the page.
Go ahead, Chris Dupont.
So as you know, I'm on the board, and when it comes to tough issues, we have a lot of issues that are very tough. Would you vote as for, like, how do I want to put this? Would you vote like, okay, so one of the tough issues we've had to vote on is the budget. And as a lot of people know on the board, that I'm on the board, and sometimes I don't agree with it, so I don't vote for it. So would you vote
On your feelings or others' feelings?
on your feelings or on other people's feelings?
Great question.
I'll do my best. I will do my best. I will do my best to vote for the needs of the people. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you. Were there any other questions for Nicholas? Okay, we're gonna move on now to Regan.
I'm Regan. I want to be on the board because I like to help people, because some people can't fend for themselves, and I feel bad because they shouldn't let them walk all over you because you're like have a disability or not. We have feelings, we're all the same even though we have a disability. We have a voice. And I want to show other people to show them that can't let other people walk on you and treat you like, oh, because you just have a disability, you're dumb. You're not dumb. We're just different.
Excuse me. Thank you, Regan. Does anyone have any questions for Regan?
I do. Would you be able to, if the board decides something that each board member has to do, would you be able to follow through?
Yes.
Great.
And Monique, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So it's on the part of decisions that as a board we make decisions, but are you okay with the consequences of what decisions we make on the board? We have in the past we have made very hard decisions, but are you able to help us through, like, well, not help us through, but be with us when, like, we have those hard decisions to make?
Yes.
Great. Hope, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just have a question. What were you talking about?
Today is the candidates forum for the people running for the board of directors. And so we're going through each person telling why they should be elected to the board. And right now we're doing the people that are up for new seats. And then we're going to move over to the people that are up for re-election. Thank you. What? Go, I muted you. Sorry, Hope. Go ahead. What?
Hold on. I figure out my iPad. Shut the iPad.
You're
Now
good.
you do it. So next year, could I be put on the board?
Well, this is about this right now, and
Yeah,
we've
I
already
know.
talked
That's what
for
it, that's what I
next
meant.
year. You're welcome to apply for the board in the timeline that we have open for people applying for the board.
Okay, and
Thank
let me
you.
know when that goes on.
We will announce it just like we did this year. Thank you. Kyle, your hand is up, but I'm wondering, is it your question or Stephanie's question?
My question. So, well, it's really a comment. So to Rogan,
I would actually ask you to hold your comments because you're staff.
no, I was just going to say great job on the speech. That's all I was going to say.
Perfect, wonderful, thank you. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, thanks.
yeah, that's all.
All right, I just have to be cautious there, you know. Okay, thank you, Regan. And next we're gonna go over to Eric Mcvay. Go ahead, Eric.
Okay, so I am unmuted. Okay. Yeah, just I know you and I already had this conversation, Monty, but just briefly, I recently served on the board of directors from 2014 to 2019, and it was a very worthwhile experience. And as Chris said, we've had to, over the last couple of years, we've had to put our leadership skills to the test and make some very difficult decisions. But other than that, it was a great experience. And I also look forward to, if elected, being able to be a part of, being able to be a part of discussions moving forward on a variety of issues that I know are gonna come before us, that I know are gonna come before the board, and so and as this, and being able to share information back and forth between SUFU and my national organization, being the regional rep for self-advocates becoming empowered.
Great, thanks, Eric. Does anybody have questions for Eric? Anybody questions? Okay, well, thank you, Eric.
Yeah, you're welcome, Monique.
All right, so now we're going to go over to, everyone moved around on my screen on me, so let's see. We're gonna go over to Steph.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Pottier. I'm on the SUFU, and I'm on the Prescal chapter, and I'm the secretary on the board, and I live in Fort Maine.
Do you have anything else you want to share with the board, Steph?
Not that I can think of.
Great. And you're up for re-election. Does anyone have any questions for Steph?
I have a question for Stephanie Pelletier.
Go ahead, Chris.
Miss Stephanie Pelletier.
Yeah.
Would you vote against things that you wouldn't okay. Would you vote on your own, or would you do as like a kind of like a follower?
I have no idea.
So do you speak your mind, or?
Yeah, I'll speak my mind.
So you will vote not as a follower,
Yes.
so you vote for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what he's trying to ask.
Okay. Yes, Chris.
Thank you. Any other questions for staff? Okay. Thank you, staff.
You're welcome.
All right, next we're going to go over to Chris Dupont on the phone and have Chris talk to us.
So I'm Chris Dupont. I have served on the board for 3 years. I can think for myself, and so a lot of times I will speak my mind out at the board meetings, and everybody that's on the board knows how I talk, and they love how I don't go along with things unless I feel comfortable. And if somebody doesn't understand the question, I will ask, like Monique, to explain it better. And I love what I do. I am a volunteer firefighter. And yep. That's all I got.
Does anyone have any questions for Chris?
I do.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
Chris,
guys.
will you actually show up for meetings this coming year?
yes. And most of the meetings I didn't show up to is because I was fighting fires out west.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to do it when.
Great. I see a hand up, Steph or Kyle.
It's Steph that's asking the question.
And Christopher, will you behave
Yeah.
this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Other questions for Chris? Okay, well, I don't see any other questions, so thank you, Chris. So Marianne was not on today. I think it's probably because she's at program, and probably had a hard time to find
Her Twitter staff, Peggy,
Yeah, so
picking her up when I left.
Thanks. What we will do is we will reach out to her and see if we can't get her to do a video so we can post her as well. This is a little bit of a weird year with everything going on and with all of our stuff being over Zoom because of COVID-19. So we're going to be posting this recording to our website, and then we're going to be doing our elections a little bit different this year. So we will be reaching out to folks around that process and announcing that very soon. Part of the issue is that we have to sort of make sure that we figure out how we're exactly doing voting. But on September 22nd, we will be having a sort of mini conference where we will be giving out awards, and we'll be announcing the election results and sort of offering up a program. There will be a small presentation that we're working on as staff. We have some things that we are putting together. We did some great brainstorming the other day. It was a great brainstorming session. So folks should be looking forward to that. That session will also get recorded so we can post it for folks that weren't able to see it, or for people that received the awards to be able to share it with their families. Because it is a Zoom link, you know, more folks can join in and participate in it than they typically would at our conference. So we're just really hoping that everyone will plan to be there. Are there any questions about that?
Yes, so that link's gonna be sent out to people's emails?
The link will be sent out through our mail serve email. So if you're on our email list, you'll receive it. It will also be posted to our website. It will be cross-shared across our social medias and Facebook pages. And if you also don't end up seeing it, you can always contact John or Lori and ask them to send you the link.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I'm on the mailing, so.
Well, if you have an email address, make sure you send it to Lori or John
Okay.
for updating, and they'll be doing like a sync of all of our email lists and stuff before we do this. So
Excellent, thank you.
thank you. I saw Hope's hand up, I saw Chris's hand up, and I saw Mike's hand up. So we'll go in that order, okay? So Hope?
If her have a Facebook account, if Sarah have a Facebook account, her can get notified that way too.
We'll make sure she gets it. Thank you, Hope. Anything else?
And I think Stephanie would be a good candidate.
Thank you, Hope.
With all the stuff her helping me with through the year, I think her would be the perfect one for our board of directors.
Thanks, Hope. Next, we'll go to Chris Haywood.
Are we having a band? Are we having the dogs come on Zoom too, or no?
Well, I don't know. If so, we might do something, and I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. And Mike?
Hi, Monique and Lori. Do you both have my email addresses?
I do, Mike. And
Okay,
I can
good.
make sure you get, I'm making a note. John and I are gonna have some work to do.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We talked about that this morning. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I got my paper, I'm going.
Next.
One of us will take care of it, Mike.
No problem.
Are there other questions? I'm trying to see my screen from the sun. Nicholas? You're muted, Nick.
May I please ask if you have my email address?
I do have it, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Other folks?
Do Lori have my email, my mom email account? Because I can check there too.
Well, you just emailed over the weekend, Hope.
Okay, so you did get my laptop email.
Yep, I did, and I
didn't know if it sent to you or not. Well,
no, it did. I'm gonna have John enter it into the database. I'm forwarding it to him
I will
now.
make sure this works.
We got it covered, Hope.
Okay.
If anybody feels like their email address might not be up to date, you can email Lori Coldwell at lcoldwell@sufumaine.org, and she will update your email address, or she'll have John update the email address in the database. Okay.
Monique.
Yep.
Yeah, just couple of quick, well, not a couple quick, but one quick thing is that over the weekend, I got off the phone with Teresa Moore, who does the Save Voter Project. They're going to be sending stuff out for the voter surveys at the end of this month.
Eric, can I pause you, please? Because right now we're doing the candidates forum, and we're going to wrap that part up before we move on to any other topics, okay?
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Eric. Do other folks have anything about the mini conference or the voting or any of that stuff, the election stuff? Okay, well, we can stop recording.
I see Regina's hand.
Oh, Regina? Go ahead, Regina.
Update, and I do have some questions. I noticed that you sent the link on the mini conference. So what's different? I mean, what do I need to expect that's really different than what was last year? Other than being on Zoom.
Regina, can you actually type it in the comments? Because you sound like you're really far away and I can't hear you well.
Can you hear me now?
No, you're very like quiet and muffled.
Huh. Odd.
You kind of sound like you're underwater almost.
Huh. Must be my new camera. I guess the microphone's pretty crappy because I'm trying to.
I wonder if there's a volume button on it that you could boost your volume. Anyway, could you just type your question?
That's what I was gonna say too, Denise. If there was a pod.
I think that your volume, I think that your question had to do with clarifying about the conference thing that we're doing, which is really just a banquet and award ceremony. Not even a banquet because I'm not feeding anyone. It's just an award ceremony online with a little program, and it's going to be over Zoom, and we're going to send it out, and we're going to allow, we can have up to, as many people as want to get on here.
Okay.
Did that answer your question, Regina? Well, we'll come back if once you post it. Oh, your question is to the candidates. Can you ask what it? Okay, I'll wait for you to type your question before we move on. And I apologize, guys. I'm at the park and I'm clearly doing this meeting, and I have my puppy with me who's minding her own business, and people seem to think that they can just come over and try to have full conversations with me right now. So I apologize.
That's okay, Denise. I know you have a puppy to deal with, and I understand that.
Do we want to draw one while she's waiting, while she's typing? Okay, let me go get a kid. Sam, come here. Okay. You need to draw one out. The first one goes to Abbott. Do you want to do the others too? Okay, keep going. You got to draw two more, one at a time. Oh, he threw that. Okay. Chris Haywood.
Last one.
Last one. Steph Pelletier, because we all like saying Steph Pelletier now.
See, it goes good with the tongue, does it?
It does.
Steph Pelletier is
I
excellent
need
with
to
the
bug Kyle more.
No.
That's wonderful. Okay, so we'll post
Dunkin' Donuts
we're
card.
gonna post the name of the people that won the gift cards online, and we'll get those sent out to you. Abbott, can you stay on for a minute at the very end so that we can, Lori and I can talk with you briefly? Okay, so Regina's still working, I believe, on her question.
I think so.
The camera's way up in the air, so I can't tell.
I can see the top of her head.
Give it to Aaron and Aaron will go get Dunkin' Donuts for us.
Okay, my question is to the candidates. I hope that all of you who are coming onto the board and are elected, that if it can get really overwhelming, and that I hope you can find ways to deal when our meetings get overwhelming for you like I have. So Regina's wondering how folks will deal with if they are overwhelmed. And I don't know if anybody would, I think we lost a couple candidates since we sort of moved on, but I think that that's a very, very important question. I don't know if anybody wants to weigh in and say anything. Sarah, I saw you nodding your head. Do you want to say anything? You're muted. Yep, go ahead.
Well, I think I will just do what I did last time and just kind of relax when I get home. Just kind of unwind. You know, listen to music, and you know, try not to take things. Try not to take things that are said personally.
That's a great point, Sarah. Thank you. Did anybody else want to weigh in? Mike, I saw your hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to remain cool. This will be a learning experience for me, and you know what? And if I don't understand something, I'll ask someone to explain it to me better so that I can understand it. And so I'm not gonna try to take anything personal, because you know what? We all have a voice, and sometimes we may not all disagree. Sometimes we may not all agree, but like I said, it'll be a learning experience for me. So.
Great, thanks, Mike. Does anybody else want to weigh in and say anything?
Monique, yeah, I will.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, just wanted to let you know that based on I hear Regina's question, but based on my experience from when I was on the board before, I didn't seem to have any of those issues. You know, I seem to be willing to take it all in, and you know, and be able, and most important thing, especially for new people, is being able to compartmentalize everything so that if you do that, then it won't be quite as overwhelming, you know, for folks. I know new people, it may be a little bit of a learning curve, but you know, it may be a little bit of a learning curve for the new folks, but just soak it all in and be able to compartmentalize everything.
Do other folks have anything to say?
I do.
Go ahead, Nicholas.
I was a co-chair for the Disability Rights Committee in Portland at the town hall. I was a co-chair for a little bit, and I thought I did really well.
Great, thank you. Wonderful. All right, we have just a few minutes left, so we're going to end this part of the conversation today, and we're going to